Hey guys, welcome back. Glad that you stopped back by to join me again. Hope everyone's day is going good. I wanted to talk a little bit today about a decision that I have made regarding one of my horses. It's a really hard decision for me, and I don't know that it will be relatable to everyone. Maybe this is more relatable to people that have horses or do competitive things with horses, but nonetheless I want to share this with you anyway. So you may have seen on some of my other videos that I have two mares right now, which is just another word for a female horse. I have two horses right now that I have been trying to compete on. Now one of them is this girl right here, my chestnut mare. So this horse has been with me for like 5 or 6 years now. She was my horse that I bought when I decided to get back into riding. She had to deal with teaching me a lot. Like when I got her, I had been out of riding for like, I don't know, over 10 years, and I really hadn't been super competitive or anything like that, even back when I rode when I was younger. So I was really a very green rider when I got her, and I purchased her with the intent of just getting to enjoy having a horse again. It had always been a dream of mine to do barrel racing, but I kind of thought that like my time for that had passed because I was already older, and it probably wasn't something I was going to get back into in my late 30s and actually excel at. So I didn't really have that in my mind at first, but then I got her, and I got back into riding a little bit, and I was like, yeah, like maybe we can barrel race again, like maybe we should give this a try. And I really didn't have an expectation of being a really great competitor. I really just wanted to kind of get back into it and kind of at the low-key level and just, have fun with it. And as the years ticked on, I was like, wait a second, maybe we actually could be competitive at this and we could actually do bigger things. And I kept trying to just kind of excel, and lo and behold, all these years later, she is competitive and we are competitive. From my other videos that, we've gotten to the point now where we are kind of running in the 3 to 4D level at decent sized shows with, good level competition, which is a huge accomplishment and a huge achievement for us, especially considering when I first purchased this horse, I didn't really think that we could ever get there to that level. So it was really kind of a big dream come true to even be as good as we, are right now. But obviously now my goals have shifted a little bit. I kind of have figured out that I can make these things happen and I can do these things, and I really want to be now like the 1D level. I want to be competitive at the pro rodeo level. I want to be at the level with the best of the best. The reason for me sharing this whole backstory with you guys is because I have made a decision about this horse. She has gotten me to this level, this 3 to 4D level. She has taught me so much. She has dealt with me having to struggle so much to like learn to be a rider again, learn to barrel race, learn to train her to barrel race. I mean, she has taught me and given me so much. I've made so many mistakes with her along the way, and she has taken that and allowed me to do that, and she has still continued to prove again and again how we can make mistakes and we can still come back and we can still do great things after that. And she really means absolutely the world to me. But I don't know that she is ever going to be on that 1D level, on that winning a pro rodeo level. She is such a perfectionist. Horses have personalities just like we do, and this horse has some anxiety issues. She is a classic overthinker. She's super smart. She's always thinking, always analyzing, and that makes it hard for her to, I think, excel to her full capability on the barrel pattern, because I can't really get her to stride out to her full capability running a pattern. She knows the turn is coming, she knows the next barrel is coming, and she safeties up a little bit, and shortens her stride a little bit, because she wants to be so perfect and she wants to be so consistent and so good in the turns, that she doesn't want to risk getting herself out of place or out of balance going into the barrels. And I know that she has a lot more gas in her tank that she's just not really wanting to give me. I've taken this horse to the racetrack. I've breezed her. I know how fast she is. I mean, she's a little speed demon. I've clocked her about 40 miles an hour on the open track. So I know she has the speed. I think it's just a matter of she wants to be so perfect in the turns, and she's so concerned about being consistent and having her feet in the exact right spot, set up for that perfect barrel turn, that she just doesn't want to give me that next level gear consistently in between the barrels. And I think some of that is naturally her, and then I think a lot of that is me and the struggles I went through when I was trying to train her, when I was trying to learn how to do this myself. She's mimicked a lot of what I brought to the tables, because I was doing the same thing. I was trying to make our turns so perfect, and I was reluctant to go faster because I wasn't that great of a rider and I was still learning, and yada yada yada. So I think a lot of that is kind of her natural tendency, and then I think a lot of it is what I have shaped her into being and what I have created as I was learning over the years with her. And I really regret that. I regret perhaps holding her back, and perhaps not, I always wonder, maybe if she would have been with someone other than me, maybe she'd be better, or excelling even more. So that's something that I think about a lot, and that I wish were a little bit different. I really have wanted this horse to excel, for us to excel as a team. I really am so attached to this animal, and she means so much to me. And when I finally make those pro rodeo dreams come true, when we finally hit in the 1D for the first time, I really wanted it to be on her. And I have kind of made the decision that that's not the fairest thing to expect of her. And it might not be the most realistic thing to expect of her. I think she has given me so much, and she tries so hard for me, and I blame myself for kind of some of the mistakes I made with her when I was training her, and I blame myself that she had to deal with being the horse that taught me so much and had to struggle through all of my learning with me. That's on me. That wasn't her. That was me, and I take responsibility for that, and I understand where she's coming from when it comes to those sorts of issues and those sorts of realities. So I'm sharing all this with you to say I made a big decision. Not that I'm retiring her, not that I'm selling her, nothing like this, but I am making the decision to change the vision I have for the future, to change where I'm putting my focus, to change my goals, to change what I'm expecting. I'm still gonna ride her, I'm still gonna compete on her, I'm still gonna take her to jackpots, but I don't think I'm going to expect or even want any more from her. She is a super consistent horse to ride. She is, like I said, in the 3 to 4D level at most jackpots we go to. And she's super fun. Like, she is a super fun horse to ride. And I think that's all that I need to want from her. I think she has given me enough. She's given me more than I could ever repay her for. And she owed me nothing. Like, she owed me nothing, and she still gave me all that she has given me. And we're at a point now where I need to just appreciate what she has contributed to my life. And I just need to understand that we've already made it. Like, she has already made it. She has already accomplished more than I ever thought that the two of us would accomplish together. She has taught me so much. She just means the world to me. And it's time to stop being disappointed when we're not getting faster. It's time to stop being disappointed when we're not making more progress. It's time to go make a run on her and come out feeling discouraged because it's not a half second faster. It's time to stop all of that. It's time to just enjoy her for what she is, which is a fantastic horse who has brought me so far, who has already given me the opportunity to make so many dreams come true, so many memories come true. And the horse that allowed me to struggle on her and allowed me to make mistakes on her and still took care of me anyway. And that's enough. She has given me enough. Like, she doesn't need to prove anything more to me. She doesn't need to give anything more to me. She's given me more than I could ever, have expected or asked for. So I'm going to change my focus for being kind of more aggressive of a competitor to my other horse. She's younger. She's got a little more ability to stride out in between the turns. She just kind of has that look in her eye that, like, she, could do this. She could be a competitive rodeo horse. And I'm gonna change my direction and really just put all of my energy into focusing on riding that horse better, getting more used to being on that horse, hauling that horse everywhere I can haul it, hauling that horse to the jackpots and the rodeos and getting her seasoned to all the sights and the sounds, and really just trying to do everything I can to, like, click more and more with that animal and see where we can go with it. And when I was talking about pro rodeo goals and 1D goals and expectations, like, that's gonna be the horse that I'm gonna be focused on for those things. And I know that this might be hard to relate to for people who maybe don't have horses or have something similar to this that you can kind of put this in relation to, but I think that it's important for us to have an appreciation of what we have and be grateful for what we have and not expect the unfair out of ourselves or out of others. We are taught when we're young that we can kind of be anything we want to be and we can do anything that we want to do, and if we just work hard enough, like, we can make things happen. And I think that that's a really good working mindset to have, because I do think that with hard work you can accomplish a lot. And I think people give up too easily on their dreams sometimes because they're not getting progress right away, or they're not getting as much progress as they want, as quick as they want, and they give up because they think that like it's not going to work out for them, or it's not obtainable. And I think people miss out because they give up too quickly. So I don't want to say any of this to encourage anyone to give up on their dreams, or give up on themselves, or give up on someone around them. Yeah, you got to try. You got to try really hard. You got to exhaust all your resources, all your energy, all your willpower to make a big dream come true. And you should absolutely do that for your dreams. But if you have exhausted all those resources and all that energy, and you are still falling short, don't be afraid to reevaluate the situation. Don't be afraid to relook at things, or, map out a different path or a different direction. We need to be empowered to do that as well. It doesn't mean we're giving up. It doesn't mean that we're throwing in the towel. It means that we are analyzing things as we go along, and that we are smart enough and determined enough to realize when we might need to take a step back and reevaluate the path that we have laid out in front of us. I think it's healthy for all of us to have realistic understandings of the different strengths that we and the people around us bring to the table, and the different limitations that people bring to the table. We're not all here to do the same thing or serve the same purpose. We're different, and that's a good thing, because the world needs variety and needs people with different strengths to do different things. And I look at my horses in kind of that way. Like, I look at my one horse, my chestnut horse, that talking about kind of retiring from the dream of the pro rodeo sort of thing. I look at her, and like, her purpose was one thing. Like, she taught me to ride again. Like, she taught me how to train a horse again. She taught me so much, and she took care of me while she did it. And she dealt with a lot of nonsense for me because I didn't know what I was doing, and I made so many mistakes with her. And she was just a trooper through the whole thing, and she took care of me, and she built my confidence up, and that is worth its weight in gold. So if she gave all that to me, like, why do I also need her to give all this other stuff to me? Like, that can be the job for another horse. That can be the job for my other mare. It kind of goes back to like what we were talking about in the last video. Not everything in your life is there to serve the same purpose. Not every person in your life is there to serve the same purpose. Life is filled with fluctuations and different people and different things and different jobs and different advantages and disadvantages, and it's okay that all that variety exists, and that things serve different purposes in your life. And it's important for us to be appreciative of those things. It's not fair of me to take this animal to a jackpot after all she's done for me and all she's given me, and have her make a nice 3D run and come out and feel disappointed that it's not faster. That's not being grateful. That's not being appreciative. And that's not doing a good job on my part of realizing maybe why she's in my life. And why she was in my life could very much just be to build me up to where I am at this point, to let another horse kind of take me the rest of the way. And if that's the case, then that's totally okay, and I need to be grateful for that. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on this coming year. Rodeo season has started back up. I've been to 2 pro rodeos. I took my other horse, the younger one that I'm talking about. We are going to rock and roll with this mentality for the rest of the year, and I'm going to see where it takes us. And again, this is not me saying I'm retiring my older horse or anything like that. I'm still going to run her. I'm still going to haul her to jackpots. We're still going to compete. And if she can make a 3 or 4D run for me, I'm going to come out ecstatic, because you know what? She was really fun to ride. She took care of me. And a 3D run is nothing to like turn your nose up at. And I need to remember that 4 years ago, I thought that that would have been impossible. So we've already made a huge accomplishment just for getting there. And I'm just going to be grateful to like have such an amazing horse to go run and have fun on. And when it comes to being worked up about getting better and being focused about getting faster and, you know, being on that crazy level of like, I got to get better and competitive, I'm going to reserve that energy for my younger horse. It's her turn to take some of that on. It's her turn to run with this, no pun intended, to see where we can go. But Cheyenne has done her job, and she needs to just know that from me. She needs to feel that from me. I don't need her to do anything else for me. She's giving me more than I could ever ask for. So we are going to be rocking and rolling with that mentality for the rest of the year. I'm excited to see what happens with that. I'm excited to report back to you guys what happens with that, because it's really interesting. When you change your mentality about something, it's can be really profound how things start to shift. So I don't know which way this is going to shift. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if it's not going to work out. So I'm happy to fill you in as we go and let you kind of see it for yourselves. But I am eager to see how the story unfolds, because shifting your mentality, shifting your expectations, shifting your vision about what it is that you want, that you need, it can be really powerful. So always be empowered to take a pause, take a breath, kind of analyze your life and see if maybe changing your mentality, changing your focus, changing your expectations could maybe liberate something, free something up, or change the direction that you're going towards whatever goals it is that you're having. So we will talk again soon, hopefully. Thank you so much for joining in, and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye.